Okay, everybody, let's get going. Horse, thanks for the gifted. Amwete, thank you for re-upping. I'm playing a RuneScape, but I just have to finish a quest and we'll just talk while I'm doing it. Here we are. Hello, everybody. Ooh, mustache is looking a bit... That's a little better. Wolfram, thanks for the 5 gifted. Hello. Here, let's move this a little closer. There we go. Hello. I'm not super tired today. But I'm a little tired. I don't know. It's just we're getting back into the swing of it, going to the gym, getting up early. Although I guess I had to get up early for the con too, so maybe that helps. Wait, you snipe paint pot? Oh yeah, that is an epic one. How's everybody doing? I'm doing epic. I know some people want me to do like a gift review, but honestly, I'm not really about that. Not that I even have them all sorted and like on hand anyway. I got way too much stuff. Things that I have on me immediately. Cosmic PNG gave me the signed Lazulite WeCross cards. Those I have on me. That's very epic. Thank you, Cosmic PNG. Very epic. Again, all 3 of them signed. The signed Lazulite cards from WeCross. I believe it's WeCross, right? That's correct. Finn, thank you. Hi, JS Chaos. It was nice seeing you. Stream lagging? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It doesn't say it is. Yeah, that's literally all I have on hand. I got some cheesy crackers. I bought myself a couple things. I have those on hand. I bought Freerin. And I bought the Kafka standee that I was looking for in Tokyo and could never find. And that's all I bought. That was it. That Kafka standee was like sold out everywhere in Tokyo. Every animate, every Kotobukiya, everything. Yeah. I have so many drawings and stickers, and other various things. They're all about, some of them are at Landon's place. I'm just pulling for the rat lady. Good luck. Yeah. I sense the ZZZ rat will be the same thing. Same thing as what? Am I dumb? Oh, Kafka sold out? Oh, yes. Yes. I also sense that. I'm doing Family Crest in RuneScape right now for anyone who knows what that means. I just have to go fight the last boss so then I can stop focusing on it. But I was in the middle of it when we booted stream up and I'm not stopping. I just have to go kill the last boss. I'm a little worried about it because he's a pretty high level. But I just have to hit him with a couple spells then he becomes vulnerable or something. Oh god, Black Demons. Excuse me, Black Demons. Alrighty. So, let's just kill this spider real quick. Get this thing out of the way. How much health does this guy have? Chronozon, the Blood Demon? That's kind of crazy sounding. I think I can safe spot this guy, probably. You know what? Let's try. Okay. So this specific boss, you have to like hit him with one of every specific kind of death rune spell. So I just brought the runes for that. Wolfram, thanks for gifting Jace Chaos. So I hit him once with this, and once with this, and once with this, and once with this. There, now he can just die, right? Now we can just kill him. Wait, this guy only had 60 HP? How come the spider had more health? Okay. Well, we killed him. That was really easy. Okay. And now we leave. Wow. I was worried about that. It took me 3 seconds. Yeah, but I hope everyone's chilling. Am I playing right now? Yeah. You can't see it, but I'm just finishing a family crest on my new Iron Man. Because I need to do family crest so I can do ceramic vases part of Recipe for Disaster. And then the next grind is 70 cooking, because I need to do that for King Awawoge's part of Recipe for Disaster. And then I'm done with Recipe for Disaster. Then I just have to kill the Culinary-mancer. Yeah. Gonna tweet my stream? I guess, I forgot. Live :P. There you go. I don't know what we're gonna paint today, honestly. I don't really have anything in mind. Obviously, last stream we painted the Lord Solar Leontis. Yep. Yep. Stormcast? The Stormcast aren't even primed. They're all in that box. Yeah. Might be a Space Marine. I don't know. I'm not feeling like doing anything crazy today. We're almost done here. I just have to teleport and put this family crest together. Alrighty, return the family crest. Okay, I can do that. What's primed? A whole lot. A lot is primed. I have a lot of primed stuff, just not the Stormcast. Also, I would like to point your attention to the donation goal in the top of the screen. That is a very real goal. If Space Marine 2 comes out early tomorrow, but only if I buy the Big Boy Edition, and I spent my Big Boy Edition money on the Freer Nendoroid and Kafka that I had specifically set aside for the Big Boy Edition. So, if you want to help out your boy, there's the donation goal. There you go. I bought it through GMG and they don't give the key until it drops. Wait, so you literally got scammed? Wait. You actually got scammed? Because it's only more expensive. You got scammed. How do I turn these steel gauntlets into gold gauntlets? Steel gauntlets into gold gauntlets. Do I have to bring them to the family crest guy? The Alcred mine. 25k. Oh well, we did it. We did family crest. That's so fun. Wait, can I do ceramic vase now? Tanner, I've been working my way through Recipe for Disaster. Ceramic vase. You need ice gloves or smith gloves. Oh, I have to do underground pass? I haven't done underground pass yet. Fuck. I need to do underground pass. I already have ice gloves. Wait, can I combine ice gloves and gold gloves? Is that how you get Smith Gloves I? Is that how that works? Underground Pass? That's so fucking brutal, actually. And I have to start Legend Quest so I can get access to the Karazi Jungle. And I need... Actually, I don't need that much. A vanilla pod? The Karazi Jungle, yep. A pot of cornflower? Okay. That's not so bad either. The requirements for ceramic vase are really crazy, but then actually the stuff you need for it isn't terrible. Wait, you have to defeat the evil chicken? You have to defeat a black dragon? Fucking Ubawoge just needs 70 cooking. I'm only at 61. That's kind of brutal. That's brutal too. Guys, I love RuneScape, but this shit's brutal sometimes. 25k? Fuck's sake. Really? 25 fucking K. Yeah, we'll just go on paint here in just a second. I just have to do one thing and then we're done. Family Crest was a really easy fucking quest, honestly. Easy Minds, it does seem like it's been a long time since you've been here. We are talking about RuneScape. I'm completing different, I'm completing Family Crest so that I can get the smithing gauntlets. How do I get smithing gauntlets? Gauntlets.
Rat jam, rat jam, rat jam.
Thank you, Wolfram. Thank you. Smithing gloves I. Oh, I see. No, you need gold gauntlets and ice gauntlets. Goldsmith gauntlets. Smith gloves I are the specific smith gloves from the outfit. Right? Ice gloves or smith gloves I. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. What do goldsmith gloves even do? Do they give more XP when you smith gold? Smelting gold bars go from 20... It doubles? It more than doubles? 2.5 times the XP for smithing gold? Holy shit. What? That's crazy. That's some juice smithing XP. And you can... Once you have the hard Falador diaries done, and I know the blast furnace is the way to do it, but you can like mine so much gold ore in the crafting guild that's 1 foot from a bank. I've been working on getting my Falador hard diary done so I can do that. But I need to get 70 fucking prayer. 70 prayer is ridiculous, and 72 slayer? Fuck's sake. Okay, well we're done with RuneScape now. Fuck, that was... That's a big thing done, but like, goddamn, that's brutal. 70 prayer and 72 slayer. What's the 72 slayer for? A skeletal wyvern? Yeah. Damn. You should have 70 prayer anyways. I'm an Iron Man. I'm only level combat 80. My prayer got to 43, and then I said, fuck that. Like, literally, that's gonna be like 800 dragon bones in the ectofungus on Functus to get me 70. Which is just... too much. Okay, goodbye RuneScape. I guess we'll talk about when we're over there what we're gonna paint today. We'll try to decide, I guess. So, give me a moment. Okay, we're all set up, but I neglected to get myself new paint water. So I gotta do that first. Gotta get some paint water. I'll be back in a moment. Okay. Oh, and I forgot chat. I left you guys on my other desk. Uh-oh. Gotta go get you guys. Hold on. So let's put this paper towel down. Okay. So what I was thinking about painting, let me get it out of the cabinet. I kind of wanted to paint this today. The tactical war suit turned into dreadnought. It's kind of big, but I don't think it's that complex of a model. It's not as complex as a normal dreadnought either. So I kind of want to do that one. Also, I should still have desktop things on, so if a dog barks, I should hear it. But I'm not 100% on that. I'm trying to figure out where to put this. Yeah, I kind of want to do this today, though. The custom dread. So I think we will. Which one of these paint palettes is cleaner? Can we guess? Can we make a guess about which one looks cleaner than the other one? I know some people will scrape all the paint chips out of a paint palette, and then they'll prime the whole thing in white, and now it's clean. But also, it costs like $3 for like 15 of these, so I'll just probably buy more next time I'm at like Hobby Lobby or something. Past Reese did kind of a whack job cleaning this guy. And by past Reese, I'm literally mean like Reese like 2 years ago. He actually didn't do so bad. There's just a couple questionable spots. He didn't do so bad. Any other obvious spots that I should find? No? No? Any, like, hair that I should get off this guy? They prime the palettes? Yeah, because that cleans it instantly. It turns it white again. He's got, like, old dust particles that have like settled on him that I'm trying to just get rid of real quick so that they don't show up as texture. I almost like need to get like a feather duster and run it over this guy. Does the R on my ring stand for RuneScape? Correct. Okay, that'll just about do it as far. Oh, nope. You can here just for an example of the things that I'm looking for that past Reese neglected to do. See there on this panel? Sprue connection point that I just didn't clean off 2 years ago. And a mold line, like a visible mold line. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to clean off right now. I'm not as bothered by the mold line as I am by the screw connection point. There's one on the opposite side too. If I can see it when it's primed, I can see it when it's finished. Another bad one here on the back of the gun. Come on. There it is. See? That one could probably be sanded. Nice part about this guy being gigantic is it'll probably stay mostly in focus the whole time because the camera's nice and zoomed out. Also, I don't mind that I'm removing primer with this file and cleanup because a lot of this stuff is going to be painted metallic and the prime doesn't matter when it's metallic. Because metallic's just so opaque. For the most part. That's better. I don't even know what this texture is on this. There's like some weird texture on his hip. You know what? I wonder if when he was primed, I touched him. It was like a finger print. But again, a lot of this stuff is going to be metallic, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just worried about like flat armor plates being mostly flat. He's a bit gunked up by super glue because I did a bad job on some of the areas. You can see like like where the resin part had to be super glued to the plastic. You can see, come on, there we go. It's a bit like gunky, like in here, or on the other side here. Because I was an amateur, and I wasn't so good with my super glue. That's okay. No model is perfect. So we're just gonna get started on this big old B word. Put him on our fucking big old painting handle. See the biggest model? Is he the biggest base yet? Vashtor's base was similar to this guy, I think. I can tell because this is coming out really easy. Bye, Yokogo. Okay. Well, while I was at Hobby Lobby, not Hobby Lobby, we were at Michael's earlier. I looked at their selection of paintbrushes, and there were some that were super duper cheap. But I was like amazed at how dog water they looked. They looked so bad. Like they were already like in the box, like packaged, like already with like a fork or a curved tip. Dog water looking. And they're like synthetic brushes. Like I get it. With those brushes, I'm paying $4 for like 7 brushes, right? They're dirt cheap. But like, come on. Like you can't ship a brush that's already forked. Like that's crazy. Putting a hefty amount of silver paint on my palette. I think of all the paints of this set that I'm gonna run out of first, I think it'll be broadsword silver. Come on. Come on. Okay. Broadsword silver. Because I use this one all the time. So, I'm just gonna do a skeleton. Paint his dreadnought skeleton. So, you know, like his little leg bits, his hips. He doesn't have as much armor plating as the Redemptor. He's more naked. So this spot won't take that. This step rather won't take that long. But we're just gonna make sure to get it done. And anything that I get on armor, like any silver on armor, will just be painted over with Wraithbone. So I'm just gonna be quick and dirty with this. They're cheaping out on cheap. You'd think that it's already like they cheaped out on it. It's like a piece of shit synthetic brush from Michael's. But then it's like, no, it's even worse than you would think. It's even worse than you could think. Using a pretty big old brush for this. Hello, Black Sword. How you doing, man? Hope your hobbying has been well lately. See, we already got like one leg mostly done. It's just that easy. The new World of Warcraft patch, or update, or I guess reset, really. Yesterday had the new race finally put in the game, the Earthen. I like them more than I thought. They're pretty cool. The Rock Dwarves. Hobbying has been great. Finished my Infernus Kipash squad yesterday, fully painted. Let's go. It always feels nice to finish like a whole squad. Always feels nice to finish a squad. No matter if they're a 10, or a 5, or a fucking 20 squad of gaunts. It always feels good. And once we have this all blocked in, he'll already look like twice as good as he did before. Could you share it? You can share it with chat if you'd like. I'm not going to have an opportunity to look at it until after. But you're welcome to share it in here if you want. I remember the other stuff yours that I've seen was really good. I'm sure those are no different. I'm sure they are very pretty. And you have like a homebrew chapter too, if memory serves. The titular Black Swords. Anime Pulse was really fun. I know I didn't really talk about it much, and I'm not going to harp on it too much here, but it's always really fun to meet everybody. Thanks everyone who came to say hello. Though, Landon and Connor didn't say this, but I was already feeling it. Like, I feel like next con, we're going to have to start saying, like, okay, if you're going to give us gifts, small. Like, emphasis on small. Like, whatever you guys think is small, like, smaller than that. No food. I feel like we have to start doing no food. It's just like we're getting too much shit. We're getting too much shit. And while it's very generous of everyone and we're very grateful, it's like, damn, like, you have no idea how hard it was to pack all this stuff into Carol's car and bring it back. And then starting to sort it. Because, you know, it all goes into one car. We can't really keep it separated easily. It's just too much. Too much. But it was really fun. Anime Impulse was a fun con. It's like a... not super giant, but not super tiny either. It was always fun to go. I've been to like 3 or something now. Maybe it's only 2. But it's a fun con. I like that one. What are we getting even? We get a lot of candy, a lot of like sweets, sometimes savory things from like internationally. Um, and again, this is just me speaking. Maybe Connor and Lando really want to continue to get food. But speaking me personally, I didn't get much food. Or almost really, I'm not even sure if I got any, but just seeing the amount they got, it's like, damn. It's just a lot. It's a lot of food. Gerald, thanks for gifting Oiv Gotcha. Another classic member, Oiv Gotcha. I hope you guys can see why I'm using this big fat brush at this part, because there's just a lot of ground to cover. I'm gonna have to go over some areas twice even, which is fine. The health risk? Yeah, it's also kind of, what chapter am I painting? Imperial Fist. That's the other thing. Like, it's not that we don't trust people, but you just never know. Like, I know, like, no one's gonna poison us. But, do you want to, like, take the chance? Like, why chance it? Just so that people can give us, like, Starburst, you know? Don't get me wrong. I love Starburst. Someone gave Connor Starburst, and I was munching. Streamers are playing Space Marine 2 and it's making me mad. It comes out in 17 hours. If you buy the Big Boy edition. Which I understand not everyone can buy. Me included, unless I get gifted another $50. This is I remember what it was called. An Invictus Tactical Warsuit. I liked it because it's a dreadnought that has like an actual hand. It's not like a power fist, but it's not a dreadnought. This thing is designed to have a Space Marine piloting it with an open cockpit who just gets shot in the brain instantly. But I bought a third-party 3D printed piece to make it have a casket on the front so that it looks like a dread. Natsu Inferia, thanks for the raid. Welcome in, y'all. I hope you had a good stream. I hope whatever you were up to was fun. And if you stick around for reference, we are painting an Invictus Tactical Warsuit. It's going to be an Imperial Fist color scheme. Just base coating all the silver, like metallic skeleton bits right now. Doing a quick and dirty base coat, and I'll clean up any of the armor panels that I got yucky. We just got a whole lot of paint on our palette, big old brush, and we're just painting over all of the skeleton. There's parts underneath that I gotta make sure I get. But like, see, with most of that painted, look, he already has like, there's already a lot going on here. He's already starting to come alive. But I need more paint. Again. Quick and dirty base coat, nice. Yeah, I feel like this is already half empty. My broadsword silver. I've used by far more of this than anything else. I'll have to order another bottle pretty soon, I think. Yeah. That just means it's a good paint. Also, silver metallics are very common in like all kinds of miniatures. Orcs, Space Marines, Guard, like everything, you know, it has silver metallics. Eldar even, Necrons. How do you do gradients with these? With these, it would be hard with speed paints. With normal acrylics, you would probably wet blend them. Though with speed paints, wet blending is kind of hard because they dry really fast and are kind of watery. They don't mix well, like, on the model. But wet blending is common to get gradients with normal, like, full-bodied acrylics. You would just load up your brush, paint a bit, and then quickly rinse it off and put another color on it, and then mix them directly on the model where they would join. But the speed paints are meant to dry really fast, so it's harder with them. They also tend to be pretty thin, so they also don't mix well. You can mix them on a palette just fine, but that's because they're in a big pool. Hello, ZZ Maze. I was seeing some of your art this weekend. Very fun. Very fun art. Your different, like, Connor pictures. It'll feel really good to have this guy all painted up, because again, he's been sitting primed but not painted for probably 2 years. Yeah, I was bad. But that's okay. As long as it eventually gets painted, then it's fine. You know? The full-bodied acrylics have enough of a drying time on them where you could mix them on the model as long as you're not dilly-dallying. We're getting to the point where I'm starting to be unsure where else I should put this. Like, some of this is going to be silver, but some of it's going to be like copper because I don't want everything to be the same color. It's funny painting like skinny cylindrical things like antenna. The paint really doesn't like to stick to them. It tends to slide down. You gotta try a couple times. To get pretty good adherence. We'll leave it at that, and we'll just start cleaning up for now. That poor brush. Brushes were meant to be vandalized. It's alright. Brutalized even. He's a big yucky brush for that purpose, to slop a bunch of metallic paint all over this guy. See, because then we can get a brush that has a little bit more of a tip on it. Just a little bit more. See? He's okay. He's oh, come on. There he is. He's okay. He's a little flat, but he's not hooked or anything, or forked, so he's alright. And I'm just gonna clean up all the armor panels that I got metallics on. Like on this, like, hip plate. There's a lot of silver on it, you can see. Yeah. And I'm just gonna cover it up. So that when the yellow goes on, it's not all yucky. See, it's all silver in there. Camera's having trouble because this model's very big and we're trying to look onto an inside part, but it's alright. I'm not gonna be looking at it for long. I like that gun barrel though. Or like right there, there's a little spot. I'm not gonna try to get like every single tiny little silver spot, but just trying to get like the obvious parts. And I'm not trying to get 100% opacity either. Just a coat or two to brighten them back up. You know, big spots like here on his wrist. Right here. Just trying to clean up just a little bit. Again, I'll probably take 2 or so coats to get it opaque enough where I'm okay with it, but that's alright. A little bit more water, we're getting brush strokes. So you just wet your brush and just run it over and it'll clear out the brush strokes on there. Sometimes I feel like I should bring the camera with me to like cons, but I always know that if I did, it would just sit unused in my backpack instead of like me actually using it to like take pictures of stuff. Because like, oh, see, he wanted to come off just then. Like it would be fun to have taken pictures like of the booth and everything, but it's like, nah. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna hashtag live in the moment, you know? You know, maybe I'll just start a side business, like taking pictures of fans with Connor and Lando. That'll be $20. High def though, high def, 4K pictures. Give me your name and email, and I will send you these after the con. Like a Disney ride. That is definitely something I could do, but also that's whack and I'm not doing it. But I could. I definitely could. Get your pic taken by a real RuneScaper? Yup. Yeah, I've been enjoying RuneScape a lot. This Iron Man is now like as far as I've ever been in the game.
I didn't bring you anything at AOC, but hopefully this is better. Enjoy Space Marine 2.
Thank you. I couldn't read it in time. Who was it? Who was it? I heard it, but I couldn't. I couldn't read it on my phone. It was too small. You'll never know, because I didn't see it either. Can't wait to play with Reese tomorrow, after he's beaten it twice. Don't make me get up and check stream elements. You guys made me do that last time. I got lit into RuneScape off of one tweet. She was like, I'm bored, what should I do? And I said, hop on RuneScape. And she just started playing RuneScape by herself. Have you ever played before? God, nobody saw it? Oh, shit. I literally am gonna have to get up. First time? Let's go. RuneScape rules. It rules. You know how, like, a lot of girls like... Not just girls, but, like, a lot of women I know like idle games. They like Cookie Clicker, they like idle games. Cookie Run Kingdom, stuff like that. I feel like a lot... Like, RuneScape is honestly a girl's game. Girls would love RuneScape, I think. Like, guys love RuneScape too, don't get me wrong. It's a majority male-dominated game. Like, a lot of games. But, like, I think specifically if more, like, even as, like, normal women, not even gaming women, but just normal non-gamer women knew about RuneScape and could get into it, I think they would like it. The Banana Man, thanks for the raid. Hope your stream is good. Appreciate it, buddy. There's a couple areas I missed with the silver that I'm gonna go back to. And the silver is a bit spotty, but once we wash it, it'll be okay. As if we're not normal women. Gamers are not normal, no matter their gender. This doesn't take that long to clean up, and it's worth saving all that time doing the other bits so quickly and messy. I mean, Lid, do you play other video games? Or are you a hashtag gamer? Emphasis on the gamer. Okay, well that's enough cleanup. Nope, I lied. There's a spot I missed right here. You never touch a video game in your life? I kind of doubt that. I was thinking of doing some sort of Warhammer version of the goat portrait thing I did of Connor for you. Sing out loud, so I'll do it. Well, now I have to hold you accountable. Expect a Twitter DM from me in 4 days if I haven't seen any progress. Okay, well that's clean enough. He's a dreadnought. He's gonna be a dirty guy. Oh, in between his toes I never got. Oh, I watched the new Warhammer TV episode. The Tithes. With the Custodian and the Sister of Silence. The Sisters of Silence are so cool. I wish they were, like, used more. You never see them. Like, technically, they're fieldable in Custodian armies, but the Sisters of Silence are so sick, and you never see them. Is this the same Tithes? It was the... Yes, Tithes with an I is the show. This was episode 2. And the Custodian's name was like... Ty something. I don't remember. But the Sisters of Silence are all blanks. They are an order of women who are all soulless, and just being near a psyker is like painful for the psyker, because the sisters have no presence in the warp. So like when a psyker is like losing control, the sister just has to walk up next to him or them, and they gain control back. They also literally don't speak. They're also literally silent. They only speak in like a hand can't. It's not actually like ASL. I think it's some other thing that they made up. But it's like a hand signal. that they speak in. Otherwise, they are completely silent. Made in hand talk from Wheel of Time, basically. But yeah, that was really cool. It had the Adeptus Arbites. The cops were there. It had a custodian. It had black ships. It had White Templars, which is a not often spoken about Space Marine chapter. They're like a successor of a successor. It had Tyranids, there were Lictors, there were Von Ryan's Leapers. I think I saw a Gaunt or two. Yeah, it was a very cool episode. It was very tense, lots of cool fighting. Lots of friction between the Custodian and the Space Marine. Did they Warhammer at all? There was definitely some warring. I don't think there was any hammering. I liked the Custodian took her helmet off and was in front of everybody, and she was obviously a woman, and nobody commented on it because they shouldn't. It was just like, yep, here, that's a Custodian. She's a lady. Because it was very recent. I'm talking very recent that it was said that the Custodians have women in their ranks. It hasn't been confirmed that Space Marines do, but the Custodians have women, which is fine and cool. It's, you know, again, with the armor on, you literally can't tell. There's no difference. Oh, it showed her suiting up. That was cool. Also, she was so gigantic that walking barefoot in a robe, she was like it was making like giant thumps, like a grizzly bear walking. Like, she's huge. The Sister of Silence is walking next to her, like on a ship somewhere, and the Custodian's barefoot and unarmored, and the Sister of Silence is completely kitted out, and the Custodian's footfalls are so heavy. She's like she's absolutely like huge, like 9 feet tall, unarmored. Custodians are like, so like a Space Marine is superhuman, right? A Custodian is like if a Space Marine was a super Space Marine. So like this woman is absolutely gigantic. Yeah. And calling her a woman is like just as silly as calling a Space Marine a man. They're really not. But yeah, Warhammer Plus Episode 2 by Zuzume's Episode 2, Tides Episode 2, The Harvest. That was a very cool little thing. It's only like 18 minutes long. It was very fun. I liked it a lot. I watched it just before stream. It was very cool. I like seeing the Arbites, even though I'm not really sure what they were doing there. You're not going to arrest a Lictor. I liked seeing the Black Ship. I liked seeing the Sister of Silence effect on Psychers, and the Shadow and the Warp that the Tyranids have. The Tyranids, being a psychically linked hive mind, are like deafening it just being nearby another Psyker, because it's like having like earphones on and then turning them on to the highest volume and then having them on constantly. Like Psychers, it's like painful for them to even be on a world that is surrounded by the Tyranids. So that was cool seeing that. Yeah, it was a very fun little thing. I like these little shows that they're doing, like this one. It shows like kind of the less explored areas of Warhammer that you normally don't see. The Custodian was just so gigantic. She was so fucking giant. Custodians are like really important. They speak with like the Emperor's will. Like every Space Marine, their gene sire is one of the Emperor's sons, one of the Primarchs, right? One of his 20 sons. But the Custodians, their gene stock is directly from the Emperor himself. So like, it's like an incredible honor to meet one. They're as close as most people will ever get to the Emperor. The Sister of Silence is pretty normal sized. She's like a mostly unaltered human. She was cool though. Though weirdly, they didn't subtitle her hand chants by default. I had to turn on captions for them. Which was strange, seeing as how it's not even ASL. Like, nobody knows what she's saying, even if you know ASL. Yeah. Like, it was in the captions, like, it was... One of the closed caption options was specifically for their hand signaling. But, like, it was weird. It wasn't on already. Nerd alert, this guy likes reading. It's a hand sign. If I want to know what she's saying, I need captions. It's a made-up hand sign. Otherwise, she's just using a jutsu. I don't know. Kind of feel like I'm speedrunning this guy. But I think it's just because he's kind of simple, even though he's giant. What do you mean, I understood? Oh, heard. My bad, man, I forgot. You speak Sisters of Silence like hand chant. There's something about a secretive society of women who only speak in hand signs that is very common in media. That's like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen that done. Because I think Wheel of Time has it. Stormlight doesn't have women who speak in a specific hand sign, but the women are the only ones who know how to read in in Stormlight. Men can't read. It's not manly to read. So women read. Every man gets his books read to him like a bedtime story. And then the women roast the men in the margins. They literally do, because none of the men can read it. Yo, this is fun. I'm having fun painting this giant guy. Because it's going fast. And also I feel good painting him, because he's been unpainted for so long. It'll feel good to have him all done. Technically only Alethes. Yeah, Alethes, but like... I feel like a lot of the societies took after them, no? The Alethi? Because they're kind of like the world leaders. I wish my wife would read me a bedtime story every night. Because I can't read. And the patriarchy makes it so you can't read. That's the best. Hi, Mimi Chimmy, thank you for the re-up. Guys, we never got an answer. Who was the other one? Who was the other 50? Wolfram was the first 50. Who was the other one? I'm gonna have to get up and look. Somebody I met at AIOC? I met like 50 people at least. I did it again? Thank you, Wolfram. Wolfram, the double whammy. I was talking about it with Connor and Lando, and they were saying how the gifts this time were like more thoughtful than ever. Like me specifically, like how Cosmic got me the signed Lazulite WeCross cards. He's wanting to fucking do whatever he wants right now. That's such like a Reese coded gift, you know? And like all the little like crocheted things that people made, or like hand-drawn art and other things. Very nice. Very thoughtful, very demure. Just like how at AX, I got a crocheted rat, and I'm sorry if you're here in chat, I don't remember your username. But I think they made some crocheted things for Connor and Landon, too. Big Ham, you weren't there, right? Were you? Did I miss you? I didn't think you were there, but if you were, I'm sorry. No, I had to skip on Impulse this year, I figured, which is fine. It was fun. But it's not like you're missing like AX, like a giant, huge event. But it was fun. It's alright, I trust Big Ham Candy. Next year she's gonna poison me, but for now I trust Big Ham enough that when Big Ham gives me candy, I'll eat it. And I did. I did in fact eat it last time. Big Ham was there in cosplay. I won't say, I don't know how much that she said about it, so I won't say anything else, but it was a very good cosplay, AX. There, she said it. Yeah, she was cosplaying Amelia Watson. And it was actually very good. She walked up to me and I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, I love your cosplay. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm Big Ham. And I went, huh? You are who? The Big Ham? Big ass hamster? In our booth? Oh my god, I won't talk about it too much. This weekend, I got to visit a little bit with Omana, and I got to see a lot of her dog, Dubu. And let me be honest, guys, I'm obsessed with Dubu. I think I might be one of the only people she DMs on Discord specifically with Dubu pics. Like, she and I trade dog pics. She knows that I'll love it, that I'll appreciate and love him if she sends me pictures. And I got to see so much Dubu. And I think he trusts me a little bit more than he did last year, because it's been a year since I've seen him. Because I saw him after last year's Anime Impulse OC for the first time. And he seemed to trust me a little bit more this time. Also, she let me bribe him with treats, which also helped. But yeah, it was very fun and awesome to meet the Dubu again. He's very sweet. And very funny. I got to play karate with him. I got to throw toys. I got to tell him commands because he's smart and trained. Very epic to see Dubu again. Do you send her Nikki and Crosby pics? Of course. Yeah, we just trade dog pics. I'm like that with a few people. Girl DM too. Girl DM and I don't... I mean, we talk pretty often. But, like, half the time our conversations start because we're, like, trading pet pics. Like, she'll start sending me pictures of whiskey, you know? Some of this stuff might not stay yellow, but I'm just gonna paint it yellow for now. I think his helmet might be a different color. It might stay white, actually, even though I just got yellow on it. Ha 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 ha. Very fun. I kind of like white helmets on some of my fists. And I know I just took them off screen. I'm trying to get into some nooks and crannies here. But yeah, it was a fun con. I didn't get to walk around much. That might have been like the most commonly asked question. So like, have you like had time to like walk around the con at all? No. No. Because y'all won't stop coming to the booth. And me and Brinny are the booth manners. I man the booth with Brinny. I had 10 minutes on the last day, right before it closed, to walk around, and I quickly found the things that I wanted, so it worked out. And I know that sounds ungrateful, that was a joke. The joke is like, why is the wait so long? Because y'all keep coming. You know, like the Scott Sace skit. I love Scott Sace, the comedian. Bruni is very nice. We love Nick and Bruni. Nick was over at the Omana booth. But it's always great to see them. Always great, always great. Getting some of the trim on this shoulder pad. Look how yellow this motherfucker is. Holy. This guy yellow as shit. And then after this guy's painted, I only have one dreadnought left that's unpainted. The one that we assembled last week, the Deradeo. I had 2 dreadnoughts unpainted, which is why I wanted to get to one of them today. Because then I only have one left. I like dreadnoughts a lot. They're a lot of fun. See? This painting handle. His hand fell off! Don't speak English, but it's great to see you paint. The Emperor protects. Thanks, Dante. I don't know what language you speak, so I can't thank you in whatever language it is, but thank you. Where's my glue? I feel like I super glued that. I'm surprised that came off that easily. But that's all right. Okay, the model's not truly broken unless the part itself snaps. But if a part just comes off, it's fine. Alrighty, we won't mess with that again. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Imperium. I like Chaos and the Xenos, though. I like almost all 40k factions. There are very few that I don't really vibe with. And it's like sub-factions. Like, I don't vibe with some of the Space Marines. Like, I don't like Space Wolves. But I do generally like Space Marines. I've never gotten the obsession with, like, Vikings and, Pirates. I've never liked either of those things very much. But a lot of people really like both of those things. Emperor protects. He is my shield and my torch. I don't really like Nurgle either. I know that's gonna hurt Potato, but of all the Chaos factions, I'm not really a big fan. Actually, I don't really like Slaanesh that much either. I like Tzeentch and I like Khorne, but it's like, but I do generally like the Chaos Demon factions. I just don't vibe very much with Nurgle or Slaanesh personally. Like, I wouldn't really like collect either of those armies. I'd have like some models for both of them. Like, I think Great Unclean One is a classic, Mortarion. But these are like, some of these are Chaos Space Marines, and that's a different. But I don't really like most of the Nurgle like demon army. Should this be yellow? I don't know. Does it matter if it is? No. So it's gonna be yellow now. There you go, big dog. The return of the Yeller Feller. He is very yellow. Look at this motherfucker, like a big yellow brick. But we're almost done base coating the yellow. We just have a couple more spots and we can start doing detail work. Like on the gun. Guns, plural, I guess I said shit there. He has 2 guns. And I guess the missile pods as well. Needs that done, but I'm just trying to do the broad strokes here. Again, I just really like this model as like a Dreadnought because having a hand, it's like fuck, James Cameron's Avatar. How the big mechs just have mech-sized assault rifles. That's cool. But it's not like a Gundam in the way that it's like gigantic and has like a laser gun. It's like literally a gun. Like a gun. And it has a trigger and operates the exact same way. And the taste of it's just different than like a Gundam. And I just think that's cool. The guy in Avatar, the general, would be a great member of the Imperium. He was put into the wrong sci-fi series. Because he hates Xenos with a passion. Good for him, honestly. They look more like construction vehicles. They really do, and I think that looks sick, personally. I like the way they look. One of the few things in Avatar I actually like. Let's go back to the silver. There are a few spots I missed. Now that we have the yellow blocked out, I have a better idea of what's remaining. That should be silver. Anyone else go to Anime Impulse? Talk about things at the con that like aren't the meet and greet. Because I didn't get to see like anything. Like, how was the Lotus Juice concert? How was the Hololive karaoke? Like, I didn't get to see any of these things. Anybody go? I only saw one Ito show. Is there, like, more? There were so many. I only saw one. Like, again, I didn't get to walk the con. Don't give me that yes, like I'm a fucking idiot. I was working. The only one I saw was, like, the Senpai Squad one, I think. Did I get to see the train? I did get to see the train, because I'd have to walk by it to get to our booth. That's basically the only reason I got to see the train. It was in the sneaker expo section? What? Why are the Itashas with the sneaker expo? Also, the idea of sneaker expo is so fucking funny to me. Why does it exist? So people can resell their fake Jordans? There's always a sneaker expo there, is my understanding. The same time, the Labor Day weekend with the Anime Impulse, they always share the convention space, but the K-pop con too, whatever that thing was. They did last year, and it's my understanding they do every year. You know, I don't really have any tanks, but painting vehicles are fun when they're shaped like this. There are so many things happening all over. The hotel was hosting the Christmas convention. Yep, Annie-Indian wedding. Last year there was a big, like, a Middle Eastern cultural convention at that hotel during the con, which was very interesting. Those people were so nice. We would talk to them, like, at the bar and stuff and on elevators. They would always ask us how our anime con was going. The Christian cult thing was a little bit less inviting. They were no less nice, but it seemed like weird. Heard they were turning up? Yeah, that makes sense. I'd believe that. I didn't get to see any of their parties, but that makes sense. They had a singles meetup thing, because we looked them up, because of course you do. And we looked up their organization. It was like, yeah, we have this convention going on here this weekend. Come to the singles meetup. And it's like, oh, they're having the Christian orgies in our hotel right now. Can they, like, airdrop me the room number? I'm about to make some new friends. Honestly, they would love me. I'm such a nice white boy. And I have just a vague enough, like, idea of the Bible where I could, like, pass as someone who's just fallen out of the faith and just needs a little help. I don't think any of us are sick. We're all feeling good. Have we gotten tests? No. So I guess we should probably do that. But besides that, we're feeling pretty good. And I know I'm not dumb. Feeling good doesn't mean that we're, you know, we could be asymptomatic, whatever. But for now, we're okay. as far as us personally. I don't think any of us are gonna get sick. Going to Disney school trips with another Christian school was wild. Oh, I bet. Holy shit. Y'all fuck with Judas or not? Yeah, y'all forgive him? What's up with that guy? You guys good? His arms are slightly articulated so I can get easier access to the side of the gun. If I was an insane person, I'd start picking out all the rivets on this guy, but I am mentally okay right now, so I think I'm not gonna do that. I was watching a video the other week about a guy who was doing a chaos conversion of his Warlord Titan. As a reminder, the Warlord Titan is the $2,600 Forge World resin kit, okay? It is a big boy. He was doing a conversion of to a chaos one, and he was saying, okay, now that I've done all of the metal skeleton, it is time to do all of the rivets. And he did the math for how many rivets he had to do, and keep in mind this thing's really giant, so the rivets are about the size of the end of the paintbrush, right? He had to do 2,000 rivets by hand. Yeah, the thing is, even if someone was like super generous and bought me a Forge World Warlord Titan, I don't think I could do it. That thing is like such a chore to assemble. It's like 16 pounds. Like just assembling it in a way where it's not going to fall apart is like a mighty task, let alone painting the damn thing afterwards. It's the size of a 5-year-old. It's gigantic. Maybe not a 5-year-old, maybe a 3-year-old. It's huge, though. You get the idea. So yeah. A lot of people aspire to one day own one, but I'm not sure I ever want to. It's just too much. It's too much to do. I got an update on Nikki. The vet says she is well and should be good to have a litter once they do it, but she's still at the reproductive vet. They hold to her for a while, I think, before they, I guess, do the deed and send her home. I say do the deed like there's a deed to do. It's like a fucking turkey baster type deal. But she's well, last I heard. The day I know that I can get one of those dogs is the day you guys see like a $1,400 dono goal up on this fucking stream. But I have no updates on whether or not I'll be able to get one. If you pull our money, we can do it. Oh, I know you guys can do it if you pull all your money. but I'm not even sure if I'm able to get one yet. We have to cross a bridge one piece at a time. Imagine how insufferable I'm gonna become if I have a dog. If I have a puppy, imagine how insufferable I'm gonna be. I'll be like a father with a newborn, but even more awesome. Do I have any dog names to orbit with my brain? No. The thing is, like, I could, but it's like one of those things where I feel like you will know the dog's name when you, like, meet it. Like, you need to meet the dog. You need to see how they are. You know? It's just the same thing with mustard. Wait, you met honey mustard and you're like, yup. Yup, that's a honey mustard right there. That right there, that's honey mustard. She was Tigger? Yeah, that doesn't really... She's gray. Why are you naming a gray cat Tigger? She doesn't even look like him. Honey mustard suits her much better, because she has no brain. Honey mustard just sounds like the name of a cat that's really dumb. Which is why it suits her. I'm just getting the silver on his pistol. Just making sure there's no obvious areas I missed with the silver. Well, I still have it on my palette and wet. I don't think so. He's coming along. Look at him. Hasn't even been that long. Favorite part about honey mustard is when she becomes a shoe. That's always fun. Rune Lord Brass? No, I'm looking for Balthazar. Balthazar Gold. Is this you? Nice. Give it a good shake. Pry it open like an animal. I didn't even notice when I got rid of the damn painting handle. I did it at some point. My chest is vibrating. It's like an air bubble trapped in my windpipe or something. You guys ever get that? Where it kind of vibrates. It's too high up to be your tummy. It's definitely behind your sternum. I don't know why I said tummy. That is kind of cringe, huh? Tummy's a good word. Tummy I think is okay, unironically. The thing that I don't like is I guess the very commonly utilized uncomfy. No. If something makes you uncomfortable, you should talk about it like an adult. Because, like, being uncomfortable, at least in, like, today's kind of colloquial use of when you're uncomfortable, it's usually moderately serious. It's, like, not just like, oh, well, you know, my friends and I aren't really vibing. It's like, no, like, someone did something that really made me uncomfortable. Like, you speak about it like an adult. People aren't gonna take you seriously if you fucking say uncomfy. No, but in that case, if you, like, don't like gore, that's what you say. I don't like it. Not gore makes me uncomfy. That makes you sound like a toddler. Look, we got our third color going down. It's taken us an hour and a half. We got the other one. Well, that's exactly it, Nova. I think that's the problem. Now that uncomfy has become, like, normalized, it's not helping, like, the root of why people were using it. People were using it because they felt like people were mitigating their issues, and now people are going to mitigate them even more because they say uncomfy. It's like, see, look, it's not that serious. I'm just uncomfy. But it's like now people are taking it even less seriously. If that makes sense. I don't know. I've never seen someone say like something made them uncomfy and immediately felt like, yeah, I understand where they're coming from. It just like it makes me annoyed. The comfy community is toxic. I mean, I don't know shit about any of that. I'm just talking about nomenclature. I'm liking this brass color. Balthazar gold, that's a good color. What the hell is squick? What the hell is that? What are you talking about right now? Is that real? Is that real? Oh my god, it's Miosk. Oh my god, Miosk didn't come to Anime Impulse. Squeamish and ick? That's awful. That is awful. Squeamish and ick? Ick is also terrible. What? Like, why are we diluting don't like? Say you don't like something. Say something makes you uncomfortable. Say it with your chest. Why are we all so afraid? And I get it, some people should be afraid online because, you know, they're discriminated against or whatever, but a lot of these are, like, normal-ass takes that we're afraid to, like, own. Own your takes. Own them. I didn't say anything about you, Miosk, until you showed up. I was just saying it's Miosk who didn't come to Anime Impulse. Picking out the circles on his legs and stuff in this color to get some interest. Censorship where people have to say the shit like unalive. It's not real censorship. You can say suicide. Like, Elon Musk censoring cis, that's real. You can say suicide. And I kind of get it, like, oh, well, we say unalive because the word suicide is triggering. And it's like, good. Like, it's supposed to be. We don't want to make it so that we're all desensitized to the word suicide. You know? Does that make sense? The doublespeak rant? Fucking hate that shit. I don't know. We're like, stuff is being lost acting that way. George Orwell would hate this shit. He was a big believer in like speaking plainly. He hated the flowery language and all of the doublespeak. Which obviously, like, he wrote 1984. But yeah, I mean, he was an author and a writer who really, really just appreciated just normal, easily understood language. He did not like super flowery and like pretentious writing. I like Orwell a lot. I read a lot of his stuff in college. It's been a long time. But he had a lot of bangers. He had a lot of bangers. Picking out all the handles on all the little bars. I guess you could say they're handlebars. In this color as well, again, for interest. But you could see all these like handholds and stuff, or like a holdover from when this thing was obviously meant to be like piloted by someone. And it's like, no, I just kept those. Balthazar, I'll be back, but go away for now. You did well. Yeah, I haven't read Fahrenheit 451 since like 9th grade. It's been a long time since I read that one. Guess who just got the Sonic Groovy Fries? What is that? What is a groovy fry? Can you elaborate on that for me? Are they like animal style fries from like Cane's? But like not? Crinkle cut? Interesting. Why does that make them crazy? Also, Sonic is dog food. Sorry for anyone who enjoys Sonic. Looking at you, Agent Tanner. I know I said I wasn't going to pick out all the rivets, but the rivets here on the top of the chest, like on the collar, those are big enough where it makes sense to pick them out. So we just get our little brush and we just kind of dab the color. Dabbing is underrated on miniatures and as a dance move. Nobody dabs anymore. It's one of the only emotes I have in Fortnite. The Gentleman's Dab, the Dab, and the Infinite Dab. My Fortnite emotes. Never seen a lineup like that before, have you? There we go. See, with those picked out, it looks a little bit less flat on the coffin. Bro, the Minecraft trailer, holy shit, we could talk about that now that I see that's what you guys are doing in there. Holy shit. That looked like abysmal. Like a 3% on Metacritic type beat, you know? That looked so fucking bad. I can't believe how awful that looked. The Minecraft trailer. It literally, like, it looked like a... Oh, there's a big spot I missed right here. Like a... I don't know. It's like 4 human actors standing in a giant green screen box for an hour and a half. Holy shit, it looked so fucking bad. That was unreal how awful it looked. That was crazy. I couldn't believe how bad it looked. Just make an animated film. Like, seriously, just make an animated film then. If you don't have a single practical set or like effect in the entire thing, then just make an animated film. Why are there humans? You know? Jack Black's fall from Bowser? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, I didn't like the Mario movie very much. I didn't even think him as Bowser was very good. But, like, I understand that that was, like, leagues above Claptrap and, Steve. I do understand that. Yeah, and why is Steve an old fat man? There's nothing wrong with fat old men, but why is Steve an old fat man? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you told me that that was supposed to be Steve, I wouldn't believe you. It looks nothing like him besides the clothes. Steve, isn't Steve, like, darker skin, too? With, like, a goatee? I always thought so. I'm fixing up some of the stuff right now. Some of the areas where I got silver on things that I didn't want to be silver. So just fixing things just a little bit. Gonna move on to the black stuff pretty soon. The guy when I was doing these bars, let's fix that up. The other actors look like they're straight out of like a Nickelodeon show. They literally are. It looks terrible. What happened to Jason Momoa? Like, I get that Aquaman films were dog shit, but at least they were like big money. Like, Why is he, like, playing, like, a gag character in a dog shit Minecraft adaptation? The Minecraft movie isn't animated? Oh, it is. Except that all of the characters with speaking roles are played by real people who were just badly composited into all of the animated stuff. And I'm talking badly composited. Like, the actors are just in a giant green box. There isn't a single practical thing on screen that isn't just a human. It looks nightmarishly bad. Nightmarishly bad. Dave Bautista could save the movie. I could buy Dave Bautista as Steve if we want to have Steve be an older gentleman. I'd buy that. It literally does look like Corridor Digital. And as much as they're dog shit now, like, that's why it's believable. It looks like a dog shit Corridor Digital production. No, they should cast my dumbass as Steve. I could do it. And it looks kind of like a Jumanji thing, where, like the characters are, like, in the Minecraft world. I don't know how they end up there or whatever, but they find Steve, and he, like, breaks out of prison or, like a stasis, and he's like, I am Steve. You know? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's not even the main character. Like, what do you mean he's not the main character? He's Steve. Minecraft Steve. Oh well. Video game high school? Holy shit. Okay, here's what I'll say about video game high school. Incredibly ambitious, honestly. And way ahead of its time. I didn't like it, but way ahead of its time. They just needed to hold off. I think if they waited like another 4 or 5 years, that thing could have been a fucking banger. But I guess they were trying to do it when Rocket Jump was at its like peak of its popularity, so I get it. Because Rocket Jumps kind of fell off. Do they even still make content for Eddie W in them? Because I certainly don't know if they do, which is half the reason why they've fallen off. They're like out of relevancy. See how this goated articulation is helping me? Paint. I can find areas that I normally can't, like this thing. Never heard of this? Freddie W. Used to be a very famous animator and content creator on YouTube. I'm sure Lando could tell you who he is. Lando would definitely know. So would Connor. He started his own like company, Rocket Jump. They were making content. They made something called Video Game High School. And oh, Dreamy, thank you for the 5 gifted. Wow, guys, did you know it's SUBTEMBER and all subs are like percentage off? So you can share the love with all your good friends here. Yeah. Thanks, Dreamy. think there was an area I just noticed I missed with the silver, and I was looking at it, and now I can't find it. Ah, found it. Oh my god, Dash. I was like jump scared the other day. I was watching old Jimmy buy release videos, and there was a clip that had Sput in it, and it was like years old, and I was like, holy shit, whose voice is this? Like, why can't I place it? And it was fucking, and then he called him Sput, and I said, oh my god, I forgot. Sput is like, you know, he like they're friends. I got jump scared by Sput and by release. It was funny. Okay, well, I still have silver out. Is there anywhere I missed it, or that needs another coat? It's funny how sometimes flat surfaces and or angles just really don't want to take paint, even after being primed. A jump scared by Games John is Tom Nookie. Games John. That guy's wild. It's been a while since I spoke to him. Not that I ever really did that much. Thanks, Lid. SUBTEMBER. Guys, I am like so mad that she's famous now. Are normies that dumb? Is that the content that they will endorse? She has like that podcast that's announced, right? The Talk Tour. And it's like, surely she's just either normal or even above average stupid, right? Like, what does she have to offer as a podcast host? Like, I already got my stupid idiots on a podcast, and it's called The Best in Jest. Like, I don't need the Hawk Tua girl to have her own podcast. But yeah, it made me really mad that when I saw them announce that. And of course, Twitter had the idea for Talk Tua like fucking 3 weeks ago. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm sure it'll go for 10 episodes and then quietly fade off when they've gotten their bag. The thing about a podcast is the startup is really small. So they're just gonna try to capitalize it when they can, on it while they can, which I get it, that's smart. But, like, you know, it's not gonna last. Why would it? It's the fucking Hawk Tua girl. Nobody wants to fucking see what she has to say. Why the video went viral in the first place, I don't get it either. Drunk women being crude in the streets of a college town, it happens every day. Like, those, like, interviewing drunk people type content on TikTok and stuff is, like, there are a gazillion of them. And most of them are very mediocre, including the Hawk 201. Bye, horse. Thanks for the gifted and the hanging out and the horse. Honest paints in his gun. Can you believe it? It's black. The gun takes paint really poorly because it's got all those ridges for the rail and all these little indents and stuff. It actually is hard to get a good coat on this. It's got so much texture on it. But that's why you just keep adding paint until it's good. Waiting for it to dry in between, of course. But yeah, sometimes I feel like being slightly smart at all. And that's all I'm going to say about myself. I'm not even going to say I'm smart. I'm going to say I'm slightly smart. See, because I even said slightly right there. I'm not that smart. But like, it's like a curse. Because like, dumb people can sometimes get money for just being absolute bottom of the barrel person. Like the most average, uninteresting person in the world, and now she's like a zillion trillionaire. Okay, maybe not zillion trillion. We'll just put an M in front of it. Million. Am I better at someone else's success? Yes. Because I put more effort into making a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich than she did on that interview. And it's not close. It's funny, I reprimed this model. You can see the remnants in like the shadows of when this gun used to be red. You could see it in there. The faint redness. He was going to be a Black Templar one day, and I'd started on him and never finished. He comes together so quick for being a big lad. It's because the details are giant. It doesn't take a long time to paint him because he's huge. And like simple. Like he doesn't have a lot going on for a model that's this huge. You know, you get your armor plates, you get your gun casing, you get your metal skeleton, you get a couple different kinds of metal just for interest. I'm trying to get the pistol grip that's in his hand, and it's kind of hard. Like, I don't really know where the pistol grip ends and his finger begins. Yeah. He's pretty simple for being such a big bitch. Hey, yo, big robot? Big ass robot. We're getting pretty close to done with the base coats. We don't have too much more. I'm looking for this. Corn red. How long till they got mechs walking around in real life? I don't know. But it's gonna be the military who's gonna use them on us first, so don't get too excited. Before the construction workers get them, we gotta have the U.S. Marines in them first. Basically, every major discovery ever is fueled by like violent means first. Computers, space travel, the internet. the banging robots by 2025. Yeah, I think we got a little bit of ways to go, but maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible. Still got a good 3 months. You're right. You know, ain't over till it's over. Ain't over till it's over. Alrighty. I wanted to get the gold. Starting to get hungry. I had bibimbap today, as we get sometimes after the gym. It was very yummy, but I think my body didn't like the sweet and spicy sauce today. It was also very painful, but it's alright. I lived. I always get mine in the hot stone bowl. It always tastes better. Hot food tastes better, scientifically proven. By what scientist, you may ask? Me. I don't want room temp meat and vegetables. I want steaming hot, gonna burn the shit out of myself meat and vegetables, you know? It was sad we didn't get to eat with Landon because he had to run, so we got his food to go. The boys were separated. It was a sad lunch, just me and Connor. Saddest thing you ever did see. Yeah, I always insist people eat too. But then I'm also that guy who's like waiting on purpose, so I don't eat until everyone else's food is there. So I get it. I get it. The thing I like about big vehicles like this is a lot of the interest, and I know you guys are going to like hearing this, a lot of the interest is added by decals. All these giant big flat panels are good for decals. And because they're big and flat, it's real easy to do it. No fucking goofy ass Space Marine shoulder pad for this guy. No sir, he just gets a big flat shoulder that you can just fucking put a gigantic ass decal on. I'm picking out the bullets for the sponson weapons. These even still sponson weapons? If this isn't a tank? Is that how that works? What even is a sponson? I know what a sponson gun is, but I don't know what a sponson is. Alrighty, well, we're just about done with this pre-shade. I guess I should. I'm gonna keep his helmet white, but he has that kind of like big like brow. I kind of want to make that a color, but I don't know what color. See? Or do I just keep it white? We'll shade it first and see how we think. Where is it? I'm looking for our holy white. It's somewhere. Oh god. My desk is a mess. I need to clean this shit. Put all my paints back. It's just paint is everywhere. Holy white, found it. Just like our other white helmets, I'm going to try to shade this so that it doesn't look so flat. Because it does look flat. And we'll shade it with the whitest speed paint we have, which is really just a very light gray. We just fucking slop this shit all over and remove it from the raised areas when we're done. We want it to help panel line, but not actually tint the color. So now I'll wash my brush and take a lot of this off. That's drying. I will now do some red work. Mioska, I don't understand what you're trying to get me to do. With whatever that is. Nobody say what Mioska's trying to get me to do. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to reverse engineer it. I'm really struggling to actually see what it is. Do I just walk into it and just see what happens? Just so I can learn? Is it a learning experience for me? Never too old to learn, that's true. He has a few cables on him that I'm just painting bright red, because guess what? That's fun. Red is notoriously hard to paint over dark colors, so I was trying to be careful not to get anything else on these. It's a notoriously hard color to paint in general, honestly, red. I'm not really sure exactly why. Red paints, at least the ones that I use, tend to have pretty good pigmentation and opacity. If I get red in anything, which I will fix it after. I still can't figure it out. Like, she wants me to say what's. So if it's what's that, what could be. What's the pitfall? I don't understand. I'm floundering. such an idiot, Meowsk. I was overthinking it. You want me to paint a red N on him so he looks like he's McDonald's. It was that whole time. I thought it was like a D's nuts joke. And it wasn't. It wasn't at all one of those. I'll clean up his face in just a moment once that's dry. In the meantime, I will shore up some of the silver again. Some areas that I missed it in. Some little nooks and crannies. Just need a little bit more color. Mixed metals always look so good. They do, yeah. The Balthazar, the brass, the Balthazar gold looks really good with all the silver. And then the little gold accents too. We're just about ready to shade though. Just about. Just a few areas where I want to clean them up. And is there anywhere obvious that didn't get any paint at all? There's some back here. Anywhere else obvious they didn't get any paint? His guns, both sides are painted on both guns. All the little wires are painted, the coils are painted, the missiles, his face. I don't know. Fucking evil water droplet, you're so evil. Hate you. Fucking evil ass water droplet, you're so freaking evil. There's literally just no reason for you to be evil like that. So rude, honestly. A rude dude. The water witch will have my head. Oh, please. I'm a gentle and kind soul. I do not deserve it. I'm fixing his eyes and head just a little bit. Okay. Just gotta wait for this, this wraithbone to dry. Trying to get rid of a tide mark that's right there on his chest, because that's a pretty prominent area. I'm generally okay with a little bit of tiding. But I would like to avoid it in areas where I can. Shading this guy's gonna take forever though, I think. My ever-depleting Nuln oil still can't be replenished because my fucking GW is out of it every single time. How? How much Nuln oil do people use? Like, I feel like I use a pretty good amount, and I've been lasting on like half a bottle for a while. Why not ask a reserve? I mean, I could. Or I could just have them ship one to the store, but it's just, I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's weird how much could one person use? Truly. Like, look how much I have left. It's like a tenth of a bottle in here. It's hard to tell because it's really dark, but it's like up to here. Oh, we just have to make it last. Fuck's sake. So all the machine parts get Nuln oil. Maybe someone's drinking it behind my back. Evil, evil, evil. The Nuln oil bandit. Like, a model like this needs a lot, and it's like I just don't have that much to spare. All of the silver and all of the metallics needs this, you know. I gotta be careful not to let it pool too much. I need to make sure I spread it out. Because I'm rationing it as is. But again, I'll be in pretty quick and dirty with this. He's a dreadnought. He's not going to be super clean, so I'm okay if he gets a bit yucky after this. He's a big oily robot, you know. For you robot fuckers out there, is that part of it? Is it all the leaky oil? Because I don't really understand the robot fuckers. Because it's not just that they're like a hot looking robot, it's specific that they have like wires and shit. And cables. What? I don't really know what's going on with that, personally. Personally, I don't get it. And I don't have to get it, that's fine. But I don't get it. You see the difference on his arm on the right and his arm on the left? This one's gotten shade and that one hasn't. But isn't that like really unsanitary and gross? Again, I'm obviously not a robot fucker. I'm just trying to understand. You know, we're about learning here. That's the fun of it? That it's unsanitary and gross? Damn. Robot fuckers are real freaks, huh? Oh, there's so much surface area. I don't know if my Nuln Oil is gonna last. I've almost got all of it. I've almost got it. We're close. This will be a close thing, but we're gonna get it. Because I'm being good about moving around and dispersing it. Okay. I think it's going to take a while for that to dry, but it's a good thing that we're basically done with it. Well, we did it. I'm just going to look around and make sure there's nowhere I missed. But our Nuln Oil appears to have lasted. But he looks much better now than he did before. Though he's still drying. His details stand out now. Okay, now we're gonna fix him up a little bit because he got a bit dark on some of his yellow. So we gotta fix that up. But Nuln Oil is pretty weak, so it's not so hard to cover it back up with this stuff. And then once these are fixed, then we shade the yellow, and then we do the decals, and then we do the peanut butter, and then we're done. Well, peanut butter / tufts, obviously. That's why we shaded the metal first, because I knew we'd make a mess. And then we just get to clean it up. Takes no time at all. And it's okay if he looks a bit grimy in areas, because he should. And yeah. I'm just trying to make sure it's not too grimy. You understand? The issue is going to be making sure I don't miss any of these spots. And I don't leave them white by accident. I don't know what it was about these little like dew claws, but they got really blasted whenever I did something messy with this guy. Okay, I think that's sufficiently cleaned up. I just have to redo the yellow, then we shade the yellow, and then he's chilling. Luckily, we apply this stuff thinly, so it dries pretty quick. It's basically already there. And the only other dreadout we have is this, who's way more complex, who I already know will take a lot more time. The Derideo. But our good friend, the Invictus, is way simpler. You felt a disturbance? What does that mean? In the Force? What, that I was streaming? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Or is it? Wait, what's today? Wednesday. I thought so. I thought so. Because I've had 2 sleeps in my own bed since Anime Impulse. And we came back on Monday. So I slept in my bed Monday night and Tuesday night. Anyone else do their days like that? You like piece them together? Via how many sleeps it's been since the last time you knew the date? a hard to reach spot. Give me a moment. Alrighty. Well, he's not the best thing I've ever painted, but that's okay. He's not... He doesn't have to be. I think he's fun, and I think we achieved it in a fast time frame, which is sometimes good. And now we just do decals. Nope, I missed a spot with the yellow. See, I thought I would. He gets really big decals too, because he's a vehicle. Really double checking, is there anywhere I missed? Oh no, I can't do decals. What am I doing? I have to shade the yellow, goofball. I was skipping an important step. Cassandora, which this is the one that peed all over me that one time. Well, you guys didn't see it, it was off stream. But... And then I closed it up real tight now. Jesus. Don't you want a bright neon boy? Yeah. I'm usually pretty selective with my shades. But he needs something, you know? Like if you look like right here, and I do this, doesn't that pick out that little circle thing? Can't you see it better now? That's what the shade is for. Like in here. Paint it into their recesses. You can panel line and stuff with it too. Just so some of the details that get kind of muddy when it's all one color come out when you shade it, that's all. Yeah, a little bit of zhuzh. And yeah, it tints him into the orange area a little bit, but that's okay. I think anyone would still say he's a yellow feller. Like his little kneecap, you get into the area, into the rivets. His toes have a lot of texture on them. His toes are a bit gunked up because I had to super glue them, and that's okay. They're gonna get covered up with whatchamacallit, texture paste on the bottoms. But like we still want to get a nice separation between the top and the bottom toesy. Again, Reese 2 years ago assembled this guy, and he wasn't as experienced with how much glue and things you should use. He was a bit goofy. Just a little bit goofy with it. Oh, like areas like here. See? That really picks out that little detail. The little kind of indent. And again, on the other side. Just want to make sure you fill the groove. Current Reese is also goofy for sure. For sure, for sure. But he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't have gunked up feet. Let's go capillary action. I forgot to do his other toes. I'm trying to get those little like slits around his like collar or his halo. Like little panel lines like here on the upper shoulder, like little areas like this. And it's like, oh, you got overspill everywhere. I don't care. If you really care about it, you can just like, and there it goes. Just feather it out with some water, and then it goes away. I'm nearly done actually with the shading of the yellow. It goes pretty fast because a lot of the flat panels, like the shoulder pads, basically don't get it. I'm just picking out some of the rivets. I'm not picking out the rivets in a color because that's crazy, but I'll pick them out with the shade. So he looks a bit more interesting. Alrighty. Well, just kind of need that to dry a little bit, and then it's decal time. As he looks a lot less flat now. Which is good. You want him to have some depth. Okay. That's going to take forever to dry, so while that's drying, I will try to find some transfers for him. So, like, we have some really big transfers here, you see? Like, that giant fist will fit on his shoulder. So we'll cut that one out. Where's my knife? I had it earlier, I saw it. Oh, it's right here. And again, he's so gigantic that this is gonna go pretty easy. Some Black Templar vehicle transfers. I like to use these too. The the Black Templars are a successor of the Imperial Fists, and I like to pretend that my Imperial Fists identify with them a lot still. They still like to use their markings. Because before the Black Templars used their Templar markings, the Fists used them first. Back in the Horus Heresy, Sigismund took the most zealous of the Imperial Fists, and he had them bear the cross, the Black Cross, and they eventually splintered into their own little thing. I like the Black Templars a lot, which I think is part of the reason I chose Fists. But I just don't like to paint Black Templars. I don't think it's fun. I think I have another. I'm looking for this. Infantry sheet. Any fun infantry markers or things I can put on him? I'm gonna cut something out and see if it's the right size. Blades coming out. I got new blades, so that's good timing. Cutting out something that's kind of small, so I'm trying to focus so I don't ruin it. Because you know me, I love to ruin decals. I cut out a little checkerboard because I'm wondering if it'll go right there. Kinda does. So I think that's where we will try to put it. Okay. Decal time. Podcast listeners, serve. I know you love decals because it's a decal time. Here we go. We put blue stuff on the surface so that it's nice and slick, and then we wash the brush, and then we flood the decal with water. Yeah, you really flood it with water. It's just like a water slide tattoo. And then I put this somewhere where it's not going to spill. And then I take a brush that isn't super wet, and I attempt the surgery. You guys aren't going to be able to see this very well, are you? Off you go, friend. Need a little bit more water. There we go. It's sliding. Oh, gotta be careful. Come on. Stay on. There we go. Oh my god, it's like a perfect fit. That's crazy, actually. Now I just gotta scooch it. Need some water underneath it. You see? Look how much of a perfect fit that is. Okay, and now that it's where we want it, I'm going to use another brush that's like a nearly 100% dry and try to soak up some of the water around the edges here and underneath it without moving it. I'm just very lightly soaking up the water to get the moisture out so it doesn't slide nearly as much. And then we grab our red one. That's crazy how that fits perfectly. It's like it was designed to go there. It wasn't, to be clear. I think it was meant for banners. It was an infantry decal. And then we dab on the micro sole, which is the one that melts it. And it shifted a little bit, so now I have to fix it. Great. It's too far to the left. It's like too far to the left on the bottom. I should commission Speaks for a dab emote. Maybe I'll mention it to them. I'm just trying to move it. Oh, nudged it with my finger. There we go. Okay, and now that doesn't really require us to smush it because it's on a flat surface, so I'm just going to leave it there for a while. And that's the first one done. And again, I'm going to put the cap back. I'm not going to screw the cap back on, but I'm just going to put this where it's not going to spill. And now we're going to do the big Imperial Fist. Get a little bit of water on the shoulder where this is going to go. Flood the back of the decal. It helps to put water on both sides. I tend to flood the back and then also put some on top. And then you just wait for that to soak through. And this is going on this shoulder pad here. So that's going to be very hard to see. But we'll get it, whether you guys can see it or not. You'll see the results, if not the operation. Now that I'm a bit better at it, decals are pretty fun to do because they add a lot to the finished mini. Oh, this guy's big, he's not wanting to go. Come on, big dog. Come on. Slide. Oh, there he goes. That's a little bit more. Okay. Now we just gotta make sure it's centered. Oh, this decal's old. It's already tearing. I haven't even put anything on it. I'll just have to be careful. It actually is very old, this decal. Which means I'm just going to slightly nudge it with my fingy. There we are. Lightly dab the solvent on it. But because it's not it's just a gently round surface, it's not going to need much prodding. You know how I have to squish all the Space Marine ones? This one's already nearly flat. So again, I'm just going to do that and then I'm just going to leave it. Other one. This Templar cross. It's going to go on the other shoulder. I chose a white cross, which isn't going to have as much contrast as black, but I think that's okay. One of my other dreadnoughts has a black cross on it, and I want this guy to be different from him. Okay. Off you go, friend. He looks old too, this decal. It's funny, I wouldn't think decals would like age, but I mean, I guess they're just really thin plastic. So like why wouldn't they? Scooch, scooch, scooch. You have to kind of, yeah, encourage it. There it goes. This one seems a bit better than the last one. Trying to get it on there in a way that's pretty close to where I want it. He's scooched, I know. Sometimes, and I'm not sure if this is ill-advised, it probably is, your finger has a lot better grip than a paintbrush, so I'll like very lightly dab them with my finger like that to get them to move, because I can apply a lot more like centralized pressure with the meat of my finger that way. Solvent goes on. I moved it by accident. Gotta fix it. Yeah, you just have a little bit more control with your finger. But you gotta be careful because your finger can put a lot of pressure out and you don't want to bend it. But it works. It's almost always worked out for me. Okay. And I wanted to apply this little tiny skull to one of his kneecaps. So let's get that going. His kneecap is kind of an awkward place. Can I like lean him? Ooh, nice, I can. You guys can't really see it anymore, and I can barely see it either, but I can lean him to make this easier on myself. Scooch, scooch. There, we scooched. Here we are. I got it on the edge of my brush because it's really small. Sometimes it helps to dry your brush off in the middle of this because your brush is soaking up all the water and stuff you put on there. So it helps to dry it off intermittently so that you have a dry brush to push it with. But you want to be careful because you don't want to dry it too much because then the thing won't move. Okay, it's moving too much. Just a little scooch, scooch, scooch. Too much solvent. I gotta soak some of it up. Because now this shit is slipping and sliding. Bumped the camera? Oh, you could tell too. That's funny. Especially after you apply that solvent, you gotta be really careful with your finger because it gets really brittle really fast when you use that stuff. Okay. They are now all applied, and I'm gonna tentatively leave them alone for a little while. I kind of feel like he's missing one on his front, like on one of these panels. Like here or here. But I don't really know which ones to use. I don't have Do I have like a big 7th Legion? These are Chaos, not what I'm looking for. Black Templars. They have like cute little shields. Maybe I'll use one of those. And do I have like a 7th Legion? Or maybe like a Veteran's Crux? Oh, the one on his knee moved. That's a good thing I noticed that. See this? If I didn't notice that, it would set there. I think I might have to squish this one. It's on my thumb. Uh-oh, see? I said be careful with the amount of pressure you use. No, I gotta get it off my thumb without folding it. But these vehicle transfer sheets are very ancient, so I gotta be careful with them. A little bit of water so it doesn't dry up. But this one I'm definitely gonna have to squish. He's being silly. Okay. Now we gotta be brave, because it's squishing time. At least it's a small surface area. Here we go. Squished. No fucking way. The articulation just screwed me right there. Did you see what happened? I forgot about this, the articulation, and his arm moved, and then it tore this decal. I barely put any pressure. I hadn't even fully squished it yet. Okay, well I'm gonna have to get another one of those. Right here. I have more, it's okay. Where did my Imperial Fist transfer sheet go? It's not this one. There's a small one. Where did... I used it today. Where did it go? In my big stack of transfers, it's missing somehow? Did I not put it back over there? I put it somewhere else? Oh, is it this one on the floor at my feet? Do I have another one of those exact transfers? I have similar ones, but... Okay, yeah. I have more. It's okay. And this time, I'll be extra careful with the squishing part. But maybe I'll squish it earlier so that it isn't as malleable. Because it did need to be squished. So maybe I just won't hesitate and just do it. Okay, let's try again. Decals are an ever ongoing learning process. Scooch. Scooch. It's funny because they have like no resistance. I'm basically just brushing a piece of paper and then suddenly the top half of the paper comes off. I don't really understand it necessarily how these work. Okay. And then we just gotta spin it around. That's around-ish. More water. Sometimes it helps to get underneath it like that. But you do gotta be careful. There we go. Solvent. I will let that soften for a minute before I squish it, but I'm not gonna wait too long. This one doesn't need any squishing. This one's all good. There was those other little ones that I wanted to put on the front. Where'd they go? Why do I got the World Leaders transfer sheet over here? Get out of here. There are all these like little like personal iconography stuff. So maybe I'll put one of these on there. They're cute. They're fun. They're like Indomitus Crusade badges and stuff. Okay, time to be brave again. And this time I'm gonna put my thumb in his armpit. Or my next finger in his armpit so that the arm doesn't move. And it's nice and crinkly. And then you put more solvent on it and the crinkles sort themselves out. But it shouldn't move anymore. That is one thing about vehicles. They get hella decals because they have so much surface area and they just look kind of boring unless you put decals on them. I'm happy with this guy though, and he'll look really good once we get him based. They always look unfinished until we do that, which is funny. One of my old dreadnoughts that I painted long before I was here streaming my Leviathan, he still isn't based. Maybe we'll do both of them today. I don't like that brush. It's too big. Scooch, scooch, scooch. I want this brush kind of damp when I'm doing this. Not super, but just a little bit of water on it so that it can adhere to the brush if it needs to. Hi, Miss Mercurial. It was nice meeting you at AIOC. Thank you for stopping in as usual. He scooched. Come on. I'll put you on my brush. And that's why we want a slightly damp brush, because he'll just adhere to it. The decals like the moisture. And this guy won't need a lot of fussing either. This is a nice flat panel. I'm just going to put the solvent on him and leave him where he's supposed to go. And just let him dry. The stuff evaporates pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. I just need to situate it in the center of this panel, roughly. Come on. Come on, just a little bit. Bro, why am I like this? I'm like, no, it has to be the exact spot to the millimeter. Good enough. And then I say good enough when I finally decide that it's good. Good enough, my ass. Always use tweezers. Yeah, I understand, like let's say holding the decal paper, like the edge of it, like this. But for actually getting it off, the tweezer is too sharp of a tool. Very literally. I need to put more solvent on the skull. It's looking a bit yucky. Okay, we'll say that's enough decals. He is still looking a bit plain. Not because of the decals. At this point, he's just looking a bit too yellow from the front. We'll base him and see what we think. The different colors and textures on the base tend to help with perception. I'm gonna get that other dread out of the cabinet. He's completely done, except for his base. And you can see this one, I did a couple things to make him look... He's a little dusty. A couple things to make him look a little bit different from just being a big yellow brick. He's got a big black stripe, and his knees are black. Which kinda help, actually. Kinda helps. If you compare the two... Maybe we'll make one of this guy's knees black. That's common amongst Astartes. One black knee pad, one colored knee pad. They'll typically color it. It'll mark what squad they're in, or veterancy. That could be a personal heraldry thing. They could have a stripe in it. That would be fun. But it is common amongst Astartes. Make no mistake, a dreadnought is a space marine. The rules might say he's a vehicle, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a space marine. But he got a boo-boo that was a little bit too big. I just have to wait for that to dry so I can do a second coat. I kind of want to give him like a diagonal stripe here on this panel. We'll try it. Fuck it. It's our mini. I feel like he's too yellow, so I think he needs something else, something more. Am I gonna use tape? No. Am I gonna use a straight edge? Also no. Are they stuck in the mech forever? Yeah, they usually don't have any limbs or organs. They're like, it's like a walking life support bed that has a gun. I'm gonna start in this corner and go down. That helps, actually. Oh, you know what? I know this is a Death Company thing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna make an X. The Death Company tend to have the X, but I don't really care. These are my Marines, and I do what I want. It's usually a Death Company thing to have an X on you. They have a red X, but it's usually on their shoulder pad. Also, those are Blood Angels, so I can do whatever I want with my fists. That's better. I think that looks... I need to block out my lines, but I think that helps break up all the yellow. Came out pretty clean. If you could see it as close as well as I could, you wouldn't say that. But we'll fuss with it. It's alright. But again, I'm not like a display painter. I'm only a perfectionist in things that are feasible within my skills. Like, I know I can get those decals exactly where I want them, so then I'll fuss with them until they're like that. But I know that I can't paint a straight line that well, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just get it as good as I can, and then fix any kind of mistakes. So I'll just have to go in with Wraithbone and like 5 coats, and also our Nuln Oil is basically dead. Here's the bottom. Here's what it sounds like when I shake it. Has almost nothing left in there. It gave its last ham on ripple to make the sky look good. The lines are almost good enough, actually. I just have to fix some of the edges. For reference, here's a completely full paint, what that sounds like. If you mentioned it, but you felt the need to add ball bearings. Citadel paints and contrast paints and Citadel paints, I usually haven't felt the need to. The Army Painter speed paints come with ball bearings, so I haven't needed to add them. They're already in there. The, like these ones. Give me a second. Like this. You got one in there. Doji Pawn. Hello, Doji and the Doji Pawn viewers. I hope y'all are well. How's it going, y'all? We are painting an Invictus war suit. We're actually almost done. In the final hour, I decided to add an X on his armor panel here, and I'm just fussing with it until it looks pretty good. And we're almost there, actually, at the pretty good stage. He'll look good with the base. He just needs to get there. And also, I noticed the missiles got way too dark, so I gotta brighten those back up. Playing Vermintide, so I figured it'd be appropriate to raid into a painting stream. Thank you. If you're playing Vermintide, do you like Warhammer games? Are you gonna get Space Marine? It's actually your first one? I'm really curious because I'm a sucker for lore-heavy stuff. That's Warhammer for you. If you like Vermintide, I would recommend Darktide. It's sci-fi Vermintide. It's very similar in almost every way. It's just better and newer and sci-fi. But if you're a fantasy person, obviously you won't prefer that. But Darktide is made by the same people, and it's just sci-fi to Vermintide. Don't worry, guys. After 5 coats, I'll have this all cleaned up. Don't worry. 5 coats. Whole OST is a no skip. Yeah, Darktide does have really good music. The base coater, the layerer, even. This is why I hate layering, guys. This is why I paint with speed paints and not traditionally with full-bodied acrylics. Full-bodied acrylics are just layer after layer after layer after layer, just hoping that you get the opacity that you want. Meanwhile, I'm having fun just painting my guys and not really giving a shit. Yeah, that X was the right. That was a good idea. He needed it. Your precious armory, gracefully accepted. We will need it. I'm back and suddenly I see Primaris and Victor being painted. Yup. I think it might be Invictus or Invictor. I'm not really sure, but yes. I got a 3D printed part to turn it into a dreadnought so it doesn't look stupid. Look up the normal Primaris tactical warsuit and you'll see why I got this 3D printed part. Why would you have a giant mech with an open air cockpit? You're just gonna get shot in the brain. Or stabbed through the chest with a spear or something. Or blown up, you know? It's like, what the hell? It's like the Primaris ATV that has the gun placed so low that the driver's head is in between the 2 barrels. So if you tried to spin the gun, it would knock your driver unconscious. Or the Primaris bikes that can only shoot directly in front of them because the guns are built into the front tire's armor. Oh, and the handlebars, I don't even know how you turn those fucking things. I really don't. Don't get me wrong, of all of those, the Primaris Outrider bikes are actually cool. I do like those. Peanut butter, yummy. Just like the other big boy bases, you just apply a pretty thin coat over everything. They're really big, and so you don't really need to apply like a big paste. They kind of speak for themselves. The base's size is the focus over like the texture on it, you know. With a little guy, you might want some variation because he only gets just a little. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but bear with me. With the little ones, it's easier to build little hills and stuff, where this guy's so giant, it's hard to build actual, like a build up on it, because it just gets so flat. Criticizing the Imperial Standard Prince? Yeah, my bad. The STC might have been wrong on this one. Though actually, if it's Primaris, it wasn't in an STC. This is Belisarius Call's fault. He said, yeah, bro, this shit looks cash, and no one had the heart to tell him it was awful. I do like Primaris Marines, but a lot of the Primaris vehicles are really bad. Like, really bad. Primaris vehicles are just not it. I'm gonna swap to a smaller brush to get under his feet. Making sure to wash that brush pretty good. I know it's our peanut butter brush, but I still want to wash him pretty good so that he doesn't get all crusty. Well, he's gonna be crusty, but like more crusty. Need to wet this brush down a bit more so we can get under there. He's a big robot. He's been stomping around in the dirt. He's gonna have dirt on his feet. That's just, of course he does. He's a dirty guy. A dirty little dread. What matters is that I covered every visible inch of the base. With our peanut butter fortune cookies. People think they're Chinese, but they're actually an American invention. That movie sucks. Anyone else think that sucks? Iron Man 3? The movie is terrible. Here's the X, by the way. I think it turned out okay. It's not super straight or anything, but I think it's okay. And so, there it is. Never seen it? Yeah, just don't. You're not missing out on anything. Wipe my fingies off a little bit, and then we will do the other one. Again, I've had this guy done for 2 years, and he's just not really based. I have a little bit of texture paste on here, but it's like Astro Granite, and I didn't like the way it turned out, so we're just gonna cover it up with our peanut butter. I did like the idea of an Astro Granite army, because it looks like they're fighting in a city, because it looks like concrete. But the thing about that is you can't put tufts on Astro Granite. So what else do you do to make the base look interesting? You have to get a whole lot of bits. A lot of different bits. Like a lot of bits. Like rubble and barrels and different other industrial detritus. I feel really good to have this guy completely based too. That's so awesome. We got a lot done today, and it didn't even take us very long. And we had the first half hour be fucking RuneScape. Okay, maybe it wasn't that long. Well, how long was it? Might have actually been that long. Why did I get this one done so fast? This base. But the other one took me a little while. Look, this one's done. This one's a little smaller, I guess. Is it really that much smaller? It might actually be half as big. Interesting. The diameter is like almost half. Okay. Well, we'll wait for that to dry. I'll wipe down the edges just a little bit, making sure my hand is mostly clean and doesn't have any wet texture paste on it. And then we will do the base rims, and then we will do the tufts. Alrighty, thank you, Peanut Butter. You've done a mighty deed today. Covered 2 big old bases. Thank you, Peanut Butter Brushes, as always, for your service. Should I be dipping my brush in peanut butter water? The answer is obviously no. Did I just do it anyway? You betcha. These brushes aren't expensive. They're like a few dollars. It's okay. I had a really expensive Kolinsky Sable brush once. Like, I spent like 20 bucks on it, and I got super glue on it so fast. Years ago, like 2.5 years ago. Very expensive Kolinsky brush. I got super glue in the bristles. I don't even remember how. And again, a paintbrush that's very expensive is like $20, $25 for a singular brush. Real hair brushes tend to be pretty expensive, and things like Kolinsky brushes even more so. Kolinsky brushes are really expensive. And I didn't even find that it was like that much better than a synthetic one, and it was like way harder to care for. A synthetic brush, I can just do whatever I fucking want to and just wash it off with water. Like, those peanut butter brushes have held up remarkably well for how much abuse they have seen. Good on them. As usual, base rim and peanut butter does a lot to add to the models, as is the custom. Yeah, this guy has been standing in the cabinet with my ultramarines, with my fists, with his base not done, and it keeps annoying me. I'm like, damn, I should really do his base. I'm like, nah, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it right now. Doing a base by itself is so boring. But now that I was already doing a big base, it's not as bad, because I was already in base mode. Yeah, this guy was a couple of years ago. He's the Leviathan Dreadnought from the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness release box set. He's cool. He has like a giant like cyclone melta and like some kind of gravity lance. Yeah. Did him a long time ago. Let's fix him right now because he has yellow on his missile launchers. When I was probably, after painting him for hours, I was like, I'm done, I don't want to fix him anymore, and I got yellow on his fucking black missile launcher. But I'm not tired of doing it right now, so I'll fix you up, big boy. There you go. Yeah, the fist, the yellow really does look really good as a group. But now we have 3 dreadnoughts, and I don't know if I can fit them all with my fists. I have to start moving the Tyranids to another shelf. Right now, the Tyranids and the fists share a shelf because they're my most assembled forces. And I'm going to have to start fucking moving now. Tough time. As I say every time, as I say many things every time, just start picking toughs up and putting them on randomly. Don't think too much about it. The only way it appears natural is if you're to random with it. With your to random XD with it. And it does help if the peanut butter is a little wet like this, because it'll help seal the bottom in. And don't worry, I know it's out of focus and far away. I'm just going to be doing both of them at the same time, and I'll show you guys, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm waiting for the base rims to dry anyway, so I can't even pick them up in a way that will allow me to display them. I base really simply, but I think that's okay. Some people do really elaborate bases for their army, and I don't think it necessarily takes away from the finished model, but then if you don't have a model that's painted to the standard of the base that is set up, I think it's a bit like there's a disconnect. But if you can paint like super duper duper good, and then you also can base really well, then it fits. But I'm just an okay painter, so I should have okay bases, you know? And again, I bought $40 worth of these tufts, so hopefully it should last me a little while. But, you know, I'm basing 2 gigantic models right now, so you never know. Excuse me, Leviathan, you're in the way. Thank you. I just really like dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts are really fun. The idea of them, the way they look. Because I don't really want to paint a tank. That seems kind of boring. Unless it was a guard army. Painting a Space Marine tank, that sounds boring. But like painting like a tank when you have like 40 Cadian shock troops running up next to it, that sounds kind of fun. Because the Imperial Guard, they have some tanks. Look up a Baneblade and try to see if you can get like an actual picture of the box that's not just like a box in the setting, like on a table or something. And look how big a Baneblade's box is. The Baneblade is one of the biggest plastic miniatures that they sell. And that box is fat. And like that's a tank, but I'm not sure how fun that would be to paint. It's just a giant box, you know? It's perhaps the most base to be just okay. Yeah. I don't hobby necessarily to make insanely good-looking miniatures. I hobby because it's fun, and because I like the way they look at the end. But I'm not like trying to become like a display-level painter or win any awards or anything. And that is totally a-okay. Again, this is the last Dreadnought we have. He's very different from the others. I think that's fun. Yeah, he looks better now that he's based, I think. I was still happy with him, but he needed the base. He needed the base. Here he is. He's very glossy on his decals right now. I'll have to matte varnish them. But here's the new guy. He looks good. I'm happy with him. He will look good with the army. He has a little bit of articulation. Just a little bit. Yes. And then for reference, here's the old one, who we just based. The Leviathan. He's very boxy. And he's like a ranged one, like a long range, like vehicle destroyer, whereas this guy's more like an infantry support kind of guy. Yeah. I'm not going to go to Big Reese or anything. That's kind of a pain in my ass. So I think we'll just call it here. I guess I'll see if there's anyone I should raid. Let's see. Anyone I should raid? Say it. Say it now. Oh, we almost hit 4 hours. That's epic. Zenko it is. Here we go. Here we go. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. It was fun. Going to this screen now. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye, white boy.